to another evening in Casa Ram. I hear Tony Bennett playing, so I guess we're going back to Italy. Tonight I'm going to make risotto. I love risotto. Let's talk about ingredients. So we've got chicken stock, some white wine. We've got our olive oil, half a chopped up onion. I have some chopped up asparagus. I'll explain more about that later. Some good Parmesan cheese, finely grated. And of course, arborio rice, in this case 1 cup. Let's get started, shall we?
Vroom! Start your engines, it's gonna be good.
Okay, so let's get going. So the first thing I did is I got my pot nice and warm. And I'm gonna add some olive oil here. Very good. And let's put our onion. And now we're gonna add our cup of rice. So we're gonna get this going. Now, meanwhile, what I've done is I took my chicken stock and I put it in a pot here, and I put that on heat because we're going to slowly start adding the chicken stock to our mixture here, and the rice is going to basically absorb that stock, and it's going to get puffier and puffier. It's a slow process, but man, is it worth it.
Beautiful.
Okay, so now I'm going to add a little white wine to start out with. About half a cup. No, that doesn't make the rice happy, nothing though. And you'll see what's going to happen is the heat will evaporate the alcohol, and then the rice will start to absorb the wine, and it will start to dry up, basically.
It's absolutely amazing.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to just take 1 ladle of the chicken stock. We're going to add that. Stir that around. Add another one. And you're basically gonna do this for a while. You're gonna add some stock and you're gonna move the rice around. The key to good risotto is to never stop stirring. I hate to tell you this.
And try to have fun. Otherwise, what's the point?
Now, I started out with olive oil. You can use any kind of protein that you want. I mean, usually I do bone marrow, which is really good. You can use any kind of fat that you want to use. In this case, like I said, I use the olive oil. So it's really, this is a vegetarian dish, not vegan, but vegetarian. But you just gotta be very patient with this. It's a slow dish that you just gotta be very patient. Don't add too much liquid at once. It's not gonna make it go any faster. You just wanna be nice and gentle with it. Let it absorb, add a little more, let it absorb. All right, so this has been cooking about 30 minutes.
Shall we take a look?
Okay, so it's still a little hard, but it's getting there. We're getting very close. So what I'm gonna do now, we got our asparagus, I'm gonna add that to my broth, and I'm gonna let that start to soften in the chicken broth that I'm adding to my risotto.
No, I'm just getting warmed up.
All right, I think we're very close. So I've been doing this for about 40 minutes, but I'm telling you. All right, so what I like to do is add just a little bit of butter, because life is always better with butter. I'm gonna get that nice and melted in there. Now, for the cheese. First thing you wanna do is turn off the heat. Before you add your cheese, I have some finely grated Parmesan, and it depends on how much cheese you like. So we're just going to add some cheese here, a little bit at a time. Incorporate that.
This is pretty much the worst video ever made.
Okay, now we're going to add our asparagus. Again, you can use mushrooms. You do it a little differently. You cook the mushrooms with the onions in the beginning if you're going to do mushrooms. But seafood, anything. So delicious. Okay. Now we'll get our asparagus all incorporated in there. Okay. And now, let's eat. It took about an hour. between all the prepping, about 40 minutes of stirring. But I'm telling you, it is so worth it. And on this one, I like a Sauvignon Blanc. And I'm not a huge white wine person, not crazy about Chardonnays, but I do love a Sauvignon Blanc or a Chenin Blanc. Goes really great with this. Asparagus is al dente. Fan-friggin-tastic. You gotta try this, please.